It doesn't get much better than Saturday night football at Coopers Stadium in Adelaide, known as Dandanya to the Ghana people. Round 4 of the Isuzu UTE A-League continuing, and we're at the home of the entertainers. Adelaide United, 4-3 winners last weekend over the Western Sydney Wanderers, and this evening taking on a Western United side who in this fixture last year got caught up in all the excitement in a 3-3 draw. The fans in attendance this evening at Coopers will be hoping for a repeat performance. There have been plenty of goals in this fixture, at an average of 4 goals a game in the last 8 meetings. Adelaide, they've picked up 4 points from their 2 matches so far this season. For Western United, they're one of 4 teams still looking to break the duck in this 24-25 campaign, the 20th season of the Isuzu UTE A-League's competition. Well, as you can see, it's a special day here, just 2 days out from Remembrance Day, the 11th of November. Earlier today, John Cosmina coached the Adelaide Legends, and I use that without inverted commas, who took on the Australian Defence Force. Unfortunately, the former players were beaten by a younger, fitter Defence Force side, but it's all part of the great entertainment and the traditions in Coopers Stadium for this special round. Now let's head down to the pitch for the Remembrance Day ceremony.
Good evening. Our official commemoration ceremony is about to commence, and we ask you for your cooperation in observing this solemn day of remembrance in silence. Tonight, we are joined by members of the Royal Australian Navy, Australian Army, and the Royal Australian Air Force, alongside the 10th 27th Battalion and the Royal South Australian Regiment. For those who are able, please stand and remove your hats for the mounting of the Australian Defence Force Catafalque Party, commanded by Army's Corporal Paul Saunders. Tonight, we remember those who volunteered, sacrificed, served, fought, and died for our freedom. We thank you and we salute you as we salute those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. We will never forget. We will remember you. This evening, the ode will be recited by Army's Warrant Officer Class 2, Matthew Tarker, and the bugle calls performed by Army's Corporal Josh Coop.
Thou shalt grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget.
those who are able, please remain standing for the Australian National Anthem to be performed by Warrant Officer Class 1, David Portakevich.
Calviert can finally call upon the big off-season signing, Bart Vriends. The former Sparta Rotterdam legend comes in at centre-back for Isaias in the only change from the side that beat Western Sydney 4-3. The front three, Luka Jovanovic, Dylan Parias and Austin Ayubi, all on the score sheet last week, start in attack. Well, having lost club captain Ben Garucha on the eve of the season, he is back on the bench, but John Aloisi is now without his vice-captain to a hip flexor injury. Tomoki Imai is replaced in the starting 11 by Adelaide boy Kane Vidmar. That's one of three changes. The other two are tactical, as Noah Botic makes his first start of the season, as Ollie Laval heads to the bench and Sebastian Pasquale returns in midfield for Reece Bozanovski. Well, you may have just heard the flyover from the RAAF jet. Plenty of colour in the Red Army as they look to get the win at home that they failed to get against the Central Coast Mariners in their opening match here of the season. They've already had their bye, mind you, Adelaide, so undefeated after their two games. Plenty of colour, Cooper's Stadium, this boutique ground where most clubs in the competition love to come and play. A great atmosphere down here. And this Adelaide side, which has built its success in recent seasons in bringing through the youngsters and selling them on. The likes of Nestor Irankunda, who scored a hat-trick against Western United before heading to Bayern Munich. Joe Gauci, another to have come through the ranks here and moved on. Now it's Western United who have a number of young players who have come through their academy and into the first team. There is the flyover straight down the middle. Impressive stuff. Not sure the coaching staff there of Carl Veert, Mark Milligan, Travis Dodd and Eugene Galekovic all there, almost getting caught out by the flyover. Adelaide boys for the most part through and through. So is this man, John Aloisi, in charge of Western United, back where his career began with Adelaide City before taking him all over the world and now bringing him back. Our referee for this evening's clash is Daniel Elder. Match number 100 in the A-League for him. He becomes the 5th of the current referees in the A-League to reach that milestone. Big moment for Hiroshi Ibusuki with Imai out of the side with injury. Ibusuki is the only player in Aloisi's starting 11 over the age of 24. More importantly, the 33-year-old striker scored 28 times in 71 appearances for the Reds. Now he is back at his happy hunting ground in green and black. And it is the former hero of Adelaide United, Ibusuki, that gets this round 4 clash underway. An Adelaide side undefeated at the start of this new campaign against a Western United side, Andy Harper, looking for their first victory.
Yeah, big night for Adelaide at home. Big trip for Western United. Early days of the season, of course. And the teams that have been a bit iffy to get things going don't want to be watching a big gap created in the standings and the table and the points, etc., from an early stage. So it's a big one for both teams. A big Adelaide flavour from the visiting team. Referee Daniel Elder's an Adelaide boy as well, I think, and celebrating his 100th A-League game tonight. So congratulations to him.
Play allowed to continue as Stefan Mork with Ayubi. The switch for Dylan Parias. Outstanding last weekend against Western Sydney, his former club. Now up against another of his former clubs as well, where he scored 10 goals in 94 A-League matches for Western United. Dispossessed on the edge of the area.
Well, the move for Dylan Parias to Adelaide from Western Sydney has so far been a good one, but there's a lot more for him to contribute to this team. Very exciting prospect, Adelaide, the way they're shaping up. And Western, Robbie, I guess not many people are expecting a lot from them. You know, the club off the field, of course, is making ground on its home facility, but the big news really yet to come, and the status has been reflected in the roster and the recruitment, so different from the early days of the big name recruits. And as a result, you know, maybe people just allowing Western to fly under the radar a little, and you have to caution against that. They're still going to be very difficult to beat. Still got some serious firepower, and as we already talked about, the Adelaide boy returning, Ibusuki, who can do the job for the Green and Blacks, and they'll be there or thereabouts.
Only 2 of Western United's 3 Japanese players on the pitch then, with their all-time leading appearance maker, Tomoki Imai, missing out with that hip flexor injury. Riku Danzaki is there on the right side of the attack. He's been good so far this season. The best since returning after an excellent first season in 1920 with Brisbane Roar. He returned to Brisbane without the same effect, and now in his second season at Western United. 17-year-old Dylan Leonard with his first touch. He is playing in his 3rd consecutive A-League match after James Donachie underwent calf surgery. And this youngster has stepped in and not looked out of place at all. Speaking of youngsters, there's Grimaldi looking for Thurgate. He gets it back, perhaps fortunately. And Noah Botic trying the quick turn to try and catch out Bart Vriens.
Big opportunity. You mentioned Noah Botic. Big opportunity for him. In this season, surely at the same age, you must be looking north to Nick Milanovic and thinking, well, if he can do it, I can do it. And if he can do it in tandem with Nick Milanovic, or we have different clubs, of course, it bodes very well for the attacking part of the field, national team-wise. Should either get the nod, of course. Neither have been brought into the senior squad yet. But they've both got a lot of ability. Noah Botic, great opportunity next to Ibusuki to do something serious this season.
Well, Tony Vidmar, the Ollie Roos coach, has just announced his squad for a training camp over the next 2 weeks, and 8 players from Adelaide and Western United included there. So we've got Kane Vidmar, Charbel Shamoun, Matthew Grimaldi, Ethan Alagic, all on the pitch at the moment. Charbel Shamoun, who's also played for Iraq, at youth level. So a chance to have a look at that very talented 20-year-old left back. As here goes Zach Clough trying to race away. We know what he looks like in green and black. Let's see how he looks in green and gold. Mork. He's also had a big impact on Adelaide's play so far this season, as he did when he returned to the A-League last year. Left it as late as possible before re-signing for the Reds. He wanted to head back to Japan after a season in the second division. That's a good switch of play, and Grimaldi just perhaps took his eye off the ball for a moment there.
When the pressure was on, with that opportunity, the technique disappeared, unfortunately, for Western and for Grimaldi. He certainly got the ability to deal with that. Not straightforward by any means, but within his capability. And it would have been a good first one-on-one situation for us to make a judgment on Bart Vriends. Big name recruit, huge career in Holland.
Started out at Utrecht, a number of years at the Go-Ahead Eagles. Made famous in these parts, of course, from Jason Van Blurk, the Aussie Socceroo that played there for a number of years. As here's Ibasuki against Kitto. Good battle between the two that know each other very well. Kitto almost turned back into trouble there against Ibasuki, but they will know each other very well from training. Danzaki wins it back. Bart Vriends then spent a number of years at Sparta Rotterdam, played with a certain Craig Goodwin there, and has just been looking to get his body right before being able to play a competitive match for the Reds. He's been in Adelaide for nearly 3 months now. And he's doing the marking. You can see wrestling with Ibasuki in the middle. Oh, it hasn't been cleared. Grimaldi with a snapshot, half a chance that he put just wide.
More convincing, very alert. Grimaldi more convincing than his first effort, just leaning away in front of that first post as he made contact and couldn't pull it goal bound. He's one of the clutch of youngsters who are getting a great opportunity, and we've seen enough to know that he's good enough to do something with this.
Shamoon back into the middle with Pasquale, playing his 50th match for Western United this afternoon. It's been a long time to get those numbers, but he is back playing consistently after a horrific run of injuries. The former Melbourne Victory and Ajax Amsterdam youngster. Here he is on the ball. Preferred to Reece Bozanovski. Another of those Ollie Roux call-ups. Now Leonard. Towards Ibasuki, Thurgate charging forward, Danzaki, first time ball, it's acrobatically cleared by Vriends. Now Grimaldi. Shamoon, back with Pasquale, now Dylan Leonard. Kane Vidmar, famous name in these parts. So John Aloisi's first choice defensive pairing of James Donachie and Tomoki Imai, both sidelined with injury at the moment. Danzaki as well to get the body in front of Kitto, looking for the free kick. He gets it eventually, just about handball.
Pleading with the referee. Danzaki is under some pretty heavy attention there. Ryan Kitto being just a little bit more than a nuisance, but probably didn't need to go to that extra level. Takes the pressure off Danzaki, gives the advantage to Western.
Grimaldi He's standing over this one, given the number 10 shirt this season. 5 goals last year. He steps over. Thurgate delivers back post. Leonard is there, and the ball's in the back of the net. And I think it's Kane Vidmar who wheels away in celebration. It's a set move that worked perfectly. And for the first time this season, Western United have opened the scoring.
Well, it's a looped delivery on the Harvey Norman replay from Angus Thurgate. Pretty scratchy defending from Adelaide. But having got that out the way, it's a great start for Western. I'm not sure if there was a lot of conviction who actually got the goal here. Kane Vidmar turned very quickly to ask Hiroki Ibasugi, did I get it or you get it? And the Japanese...
I touched it. Did you touch it?
He gave it to the kid. He did get the touch too. He did get to the touch, and for the goal scorer tonight, scoring at the ground where his parents, there's his dad, just texting home now. Wonder if he's sitting in the Vidmar stand.
Brother Aurelio will be sending a message there as well. The Melbourne City coach. It's a family steeped in Socceroos history. The name link, there it is, the Vidmar stand. He's here wearing the wrong shirt.
Well, Kane was very able, as his team needed him to be. For that tap in, and Adelaide stung. And it's pretty ordinary defending from the set piece, I think it needs to be said.
Zach Clough looking to deliver. Sister Michaela also played A-League football briefly with Canberra United. It's his first A-League goal. Fate would have that it was scored here at Coopers Stadium. Greens into the feet of Ayubi, or Dylan Parias rather. Now, is there a high foot there? Yes, says referee Daniel Elder on Noah Botic. Studs raised.
Yeah, they've both gone for the ball. The studs were showing from the Dutchman. Free kick is sufficient.
Alagic. It was his shot that rebounded for Luka Jovanovic to open the scoring last week. Here's one over the top. This time it's Ayubi who chases. Oh, the clearance. Not the most convincing from Matt Sutton.
It's going to go down as a completed pass. Robbie, what are you talking about? Wonderful work from the keeper.
I don't think he saw it reach its destination. He turned tail and was racing back towards goal. Danzaki. He's done well, invites Shamoun forward down this left-hand side. Grimaldi outside him. Very nicely done around Clough. Beautiful ball for Thurgate, trying to lay it back. Botic wanted it. Thurgate again. Bright start this from Western United. The visitors with their tails up. Given away by Barnett. Shamoun again with Pasquale. Grimaldi, good little touch. Still, Noah Botic wins it straight back. Now the Reds get it clear with Jovanovic. First time pass from Ayubi is a good one for Clough. Zach Clough leading the raid forward. Jovanovic, Mork arriving at the back post. Luka Jovanovic has run down something of a cul-de-sac. Here's Alagic. Barnett. Dylan Parias. With Vriens. Kikianis. Mork wide with Parias. Little chip over the top is not a bad ball as well. Mork gets there first. He dinked the ball past Dylan Leonard, but Matt Sutton was there.
That's good enterprising play from both teams. This is Adelaide's turn, and a little pitching wedge from Dylan Parias to find Stefan Mork, who for the umpteenth time was making a forward run out of midfield into the danger zone on behalf of Adelaide, and it nearly came off. Meanwhile, at the other end, Western showing a real appetite as they move the ball with purpose around the Adelaide penalty area.
I mentioned just in the pre-game as well, Hiroshi Ibasuki, 33 years of age. Matt Sutton, Tate Russell, Sebastian Pasquale are all next at 24. Riku Danzaki as well. It is a very young team. Carl Veert knows all about that. Working with the youngsters out of the Adelaide Academy. Freens screaming instructions at Jay Barnett to cover. Botic goes again, no foul. Shamoon closed down very quickly by the Dutchman. Leonard's header back towards Thurgate. Might be something on here for Clough. Finds Jovanovic. Ooh, Leonard late on Alagic. Alagic again with Vreens. Intercepted by Thurgate. Good ball into the feet of Ibasuki. Danzaki trying to peel off the shoulder of Kitto. Overlapping run, uses that as a decoy. Danzaki still going. Shamoon. His cross towards Ibasuki. Kitto manages to get it clear. Great intensity in the exchanges at the moment. Both sides showing very positive intentions as well. 17 minutes in. Kitto almost playing as a third centre-back when in possession. Allows Parias and Ayubi to get forward. Parias' cross is brilliant. It was perfectly weighted. And Luka Jovanovic, who normally gobbles them up for dinner, couldn't find the back of the net.
Dylan Parias, his touch didn't really help him there, but still gets a dangerous ball in. And I agree with you, Robbie. That's meat and drink for Luka Jovanovic. His growing status in the game has been underpinned by his efficiency inside the penalty area, and he mucked that one up.
The header back again for Thurgate. Ayubi gets there ahead of Pasquale, now taking on Tate Russell. Ayubi, oh, that's a clever pass for Alagic. It's a good run. Drives the ball across the face of goal, blocked by the goal scorer, Kane Vidmar. And now Pasquale finds Botic. Leonard with Shamoon. Pasquale again. Intercepted by Kitto. We might head down to the sideline where Lucas Ronaldo is there. Ronaldi, excuse me, with Bruce Jitte. What are you making of it down there, gentlemen?
Yeah, good evening, Robbie. Yeah, it's been a fast start, hasn't it? Not the ideal start for Adelaide. I can say the Adelaide United bench were absolutely seething with the goal. They were saying there was a bit of obstruction, that there was a player offside in the build-up that was involved in play. Eugene Galekovic went over and checked. Bruce, did you see anything?
Yeah, there seemed to be a Western United player that was offside. It would have been harsh on Western United, I think, if that was the reason that the goal got expunged. But they've started well. They're playing well. They're cutting through Adelaide United's midfield a little bit too easily from time to time. But Adelaide United themselves, great chance for Jovanovic there, fluffed his lines. But Ibusuki, the reaction from the crowd's been interesting. A few boos and jeers when the ball gets near him. So all to play for here, only 20 minutes in.
Thank you, Lucas Ronaldo and Bruce Jitte on the sidelines for us this evening at Coopers Stadium. Yes, well, it's never easy when a former hero returns, which is definitely the case for Ibusuki. Scored so many important goals for Adelaide, 15 of them last season. As there he backs in to Kikianis. And the youngster defends that well. Bart Vriens with Dylan Parias. Vriens again, and Adelaide's turn to try and just tease out Western United. Will they come and press? Then you can see the back three with Kikianis, the youngster, in the middle, with the experienced Kitto and Vriens on either side. Clough in a crowded area. Grimaldi wanted the handball. Play continues, and it's with Stefan Mork now. Outside with Ayubi. He can score spectacular goals. Went near post and almost caught out Sutton.
Well, that's the worry for Western United, who defend in the mid-block, but when they go to press, which they did on that occasion, pressed well, but they forgot to get the ball. Once they worked the pressure, they forgot to get the ball in midfield. Opened up the space, which Adelaide used brilliantly. I've been very impressed with the Ayubi start to the season, and that goal would have really capped off a good start to him in this competition.
Alagic with Mork. Pressure from Adelaide here. Clough's ball back in. Charbel Shamoun with the initial header. Parias uses his body well. Clough. Barnett with Vriens. Barnett again. Zach Clough, player of the year last year for Adelaide. Driving that ball in. Eight goals for the former Bolton and Nottingham Forest man, who struggled when he first arrived to just get 100% fit. Zach Clough. We saw last year what he's capable of. Still only 29 years of age. At the start of his third season now with Adelaide. Kikianis. Vriens. Back with Kikianis. Western United's 4-4-2 with Botic and Ibusuki up front. Staying organised and disciplined. The football continues tomorrow on Paramount Plus. 3 matches on a big Sunday of A-League football, starting at 3:55 with the Mariners against the Phoenix, then Sydney versus MacArthur. And then we head west. Perth Glory taking on an injury-struck Melbourne City. 3 matches back-to-back. Your Sunday afternoon and evening is sorted. Flag up for offside against Clough. And they may be young, but they are organised and disciplined at the back. John Aloisi's side. It's well played by Russell with Danzaki. Thurgate, nice football again from the visitors. Shamoun, he's got Grimaldi ahead of him. Comes inside, or looks for the run of Tate Russell, but it just curls away and behind.
Yeah, a bit of a double whammy there for Shamoon. As the field was opening up, Thurgate finds Shamoon on the left, and he put a handbrake on the attack, which is fair enough if you've made the assessment, but then you've got to make sure if you've killed the mood, then the pass that you're going to execute has to be good. He couldn't do it. Double whammy. Can he fix it here?
Well, he accelerated to claim the loose ball. Here he is again. Looks up. Again, he was looking for the run to the back post, and again, the radar just a little bit off, but that one was closer. A better idea with Ibusuki. So dangerous in the penalty area, Ibusuki.
Well, Ibusuki, you can see, is virtually lining up more in the right half of the Western attack. Greens is on the left of the Adelaide, or the right of Adelaide, which puts him on the other side of the field. But I reckon that aerial contest in the penalty area would be something to see. And Kikianis is a tall, capable defender in the air as well, but there'd be something special about Ibusuki versus Bart Vrens. And those balls over the back, he's gone for 2 now consecutively. Shamoon, not a bad option, but you could just really just stick it up, invite Ibusuki to cause havoc.
There's the ladder as it stands, the 3 points for the win as it stands for Western United. See them leapfrog Adelaide. It would be their first 3-pointer of the season. Parias looking to set that stat straight from an Adelaide point of view. It's out for a goal kick, though.
Well, it's not a great effort in the end, but the point of this is people are going to get really sick and tired of turning and trying to chase the guy with number 20 on his back. He runs like the wind, and I don't think Adelaide should stop getting the ball out there, particularly when there's space for him to go one-on-one, because defenders hate it, and every time he sets sail, it's another cringy moment for the person who's got to try and chase. It wears thin very, very quickly.
It's been a very even start to this contest. Possession 50-50. You can see the passes 50-50, and Adelaide came into this contest the best passers in the competition. Number 1 in terms of accuracy with nearly 88%, but there's been plenty of pressure from Western United. Adelaide also the number 1 side in the competition for converting their big chances created. Now they've had one of those already through Jovanovic that they didn't take. They've been taking 2 and 3, so Western United have been warned. If they're to maintain their high standards, well, they've had their early miss. The XG also even in these early stages as we approach the half hour. Kane Vidmar's first ever A-League goal separates the two sides. Thurgate. Good ball into the feet of Ibusuki, was looking for Danzaki and Botic ahead of him. Arias has done that well, but couldn't find the pass for Clough after having extricated himself from a fairly tight situation. Brains trust will be full of ideas about how to change things around. Alagic, Ayubi's touch for Mork. Oh, the slip by Shamoon allowed Clough, who wasn't favourite to get that, in the end recuperate possession for his side. Kikianis with Barnett. Freens, Alagic, Parias, curling around, and Matt Sutton not taking any chances. It wasn't intentional, but it almost had the desired effect.
Yeah, it's good space, but not at all what he had in mind. corner on that basis is a decent outcome for Adelaide.
Well, Adelaide have scored 4 goals so far this season in the first half hour of matches. Are they to keep that up here? 4 of their 5. That is, they haven't made their customary bright start at home to Western United. Calvert keeping faith with that midfield of Barnett and Alagic. There was some thought that perhaps Isaias would step back into a more traditional midfield role with the return of Bart Vriends, or the arrival of Bart Vriends, available for selection. But Calvert keeping faith with his youngsters in the middle of the park. He spoke very highly when Jay Barnett arrived from Melbourne Victory two years ago now, really, midway through, not last season, but the season before, and said it's a player he'd been monitoring, that he wanted in the midfield, and then a hamstring injury kept him out for the entirety of the season.
Well, he's known Jay Barnett for a long time, and Carl was in the youth system coaching. Jay Barnett was one of the players coming through, so he's had a very long period to help shape the player and admire the player, and now injury-free, it seems as though he's got a real chance to cement himself as a regular A-League player.
Parias, it's a great ball for Clough. The cutback arriving, Jovanovic. Oh, it's an own goal, is it? Of Dylan Leonard. What's the referee signalling? I think he said goal kick, has he, so far?
So far, but they'll be checking. They'll be checking, because it looked like it, as we saw it from our angle, that it had gone for an own goal, but the VAR will be doing the best they can to see if the whole of the ball has gone over the whole of the line. It's a great opportunity for Adelaide.
After factual review, the ball crosses the line. The decision is goal.
Well, there you go. An own goal against Dylan Leonard.
Well, it's a good ball in behind. So Clough squaring the ball. And there it goes in off Leonard.
Well, it's a good ball from Parias. Clough ran onto it, and really the youngster is unlucky there, Dylan Leonard, but it does look as though, despite Kane Vidmar's best efforts, that the whole of the ball did cross the whole of the line. And there you can see it with the 16-metre camera, or the 18-yard box camera. But despite the desperate clearance, the ball is in the back of the net. Adelaide are level. It wasn't in the first half hour, but it wasn't far out of that. Their 6th goal of the season. And are we set for another entertaining encounter with the Reds at Coopers?
Well, it's certainly been a good start to the game, generally. Adelaide have got their way back. Level, needed a known goal to do it, but they did create a good attack to put the player under pressure. The Western defence under pressure. Can they do the same now? They're standing on the ball, Grimaldi, unfortunately for Western. And apart from that unfortunate own goal, Leonard's looked very, very comfortable. 17 years of age.
Back-to-back starts.
In the play next, here he is, just stretching out of reflex to try and save his team. It's clearly gone over the line very clearly.
Became their youngest ever player on the opening day of the season. Dylan Leonard lowering the record of A.M. Majok. Clever from Clough. Moore helps it on to the speedster Parias. Thurgate stays with him and does well.
It just wouldn't quite set for Dylan Parias. He couldn't manipulate the ball to get it into the position where he could eke out that advantage, and like a barnacle. Did Angus Thurgate stick to his task and was rewarded in the end.
Adelaide are just starting to wrest back a little bit more control of this one in the last few minutes, and as I say that, it's Kikianis that gives it away to Danzaki. Now Ibasuki. Kikianis does well to get it back and apologises to his intended target there, and Stefan Mork. Here he is again, the youngster with the more experienced Bart Vriens. Alagic. Ayubi has to track back to keep that in. Delianov goes long. Again, Thurgate, who's navigating and just keeping an eye on that left back position from midfield as well, as it's one for Grimaldi to chase. He was just a little bit late on the scene there. Bart Vriens, who got picked up by the Adelaide police for riding a bike around the lake without his helmet on when he first arrived. The Dutch, a famous cycling nation, of course. But apparently, helmets still not required before riding the bike around the streets of Rotterdam. He learned his lesson. Now Jovanovic got front position. Dragged Leonard out of position again. It's Pasquale back helping out. Dylan Leonard. Strong header, but Ibasuki's touch just got away from him. Shamoon. Grimaldi did well to protect the ball there. Danzaki closed down by Kitto. Well, we did reach 22 degrees in Adelaide today, but it's been chilly quite quickly. We're down to 18. Players able to maintain their intensity in these kind of temperatures. It's good to see. Ibasuki, square ball for Grimaldi, looking to get the better and does so of Parias. Kikianis does well against Ibasuki. More closed down quickly by Russell. The former Western Sydney Wanderer again into the feet of Ibasuki. Just crowded out Kitto. Looks long. Dylan Leonard all the way back. Here's Vidmar. See both sides very tidy when in possession most of the time. Passing accuracy for both teams still comfortably over the 80% mark. Adelaide leading the shot count at the moment by 4-2. Adelaide have managed to equalise without a shot on target so far. Dylan Leonard, oh, he's been caught there as well. The ball just getting stuck under his feet. He's recovered well, though. Shamoon's turn to give it away. Again, it's quick feet.
You just sense as this half draws to a close, the last little period, Adelaide, just before the goal, but certainly since the goal, have looked to have a little bit more control. Western had the better of things in the opening exchanges, and they're still doing well. But Adelaide, I think, have just overtaken them slightly. The next challenge for the Reds is to put the young centre-half pairing under some serious pressure. Vidmar and Leonard, apart from the own goal aside from Leonard, they've looked largely untested. Adelaide have had some good sights at goal. You can't say that they've really put those two very inexperienced players at the heart of the Western defence under any repeated and serious pressure.
Just 16 A-League games between them before today for those two. Grimaldi, step over. Thurgate delivers. Back post. Delianov comes with a big punch. Now Shamoon. With Thurgate again. Tate Russell finds Shamoon wide, but his control off the thigh, just inviting the challenge from Ryan Kitto. Just over 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Botic wants it again, the cross in towards Ibasuki. Kikianis with a good header because Delianov had come into no man's land there. Freens. Again, you see Western United very quick to get sorted again. Organised defensively, not afford Adelaide any space. Thurgate wins it back off Clough. He's been caught there in the face, Clough, as the free kick is taken quickly. Thurgate again. Leonard with Vidmar. Oh, Vidmar's caught in possession this time. 2-on-1 if they play their cards right. Jovanovic against Dylan Leonard. Danzaki comes to help out. Dylan Leonard again. He's managed to get the cross in towards Mork. Fortunately for Western United, Thurgate was there, but the danger is still alive. Oh, great ball, Clough! And his shot was tame in the end, saved by Sutton. Oh, and given straight back again. Mork again, through the legs, still Mork going. Stephen Mork, oh, and he's missed it. Well, he did everything right, except supply the finishing touch.
Well, it looks like Western United are going to go into the sheds with a share of the spoils, but they should be behind. Firstly, Clough needed to take an extra touch and nail the effort. And once Stephen Mork had his chance and danced through the attending Western United defenders. He blazed away. It should be 2-1 to Adelaide. The pressure put on Kane Vidmar for the breakaway. It's taken really right until the edge of half-time for Adelaide to put the microscope seriously on to one of the two young centre halves, and they got a reward for it. They should have scored a goal off the back of it. Had 2 bites at the cherry.
They have it again, Adelaide, as we come to the end of the 45 minutes of regulation time. Three minutes of stoppages at the end of the first half as Bart Vriens into the feet of Clough. Again, he looks forward. Leonard this time. Ivanovic is such a dangerous player, lurking in those areas of the field, waiting for the slightest of mistakes. He's a real predator in front of goal. Ayubi. His cross, back post. Parias is there. Great save. Matt Sutton with an outstretched left hand denies Adelaide again.
Well, it's another chance for Adelaide to go clear. He's picked a really narrow avenue to goal. Sutton covering that near post well, but he's got to go back across the keeper there. Dylan Parias.
Almost a goal for Parias against his former club. Thurgate caught by Moore. Dylan Parias, not the only former Western United player. James Delianov in goal, spent a season at Western United but didn't play. And Josh Cavallo as well, who's not in the matchday squad, also spent time at Western United at the start of his career. Leonard forward, helped on by Botic cleverly for Danzaki. But Parias is covering. Pensive Carl Veer. He'll be pleased with how his side has recovered here against the Mariners here in their first game. They started very well and then fell away in the second half. It's been the inverse of that.
There's a foul there by Thurgate on Clough, but the one that was given in the end was on halfway. 3 great chances in the last couple of minutes for Adelaide to get a second, and they create another chance before the whistle blows time on the first half.
Have to come quickly if it is to come. It's a good ball by Clough again. The touch isn't too bad from Parias. Dylan Parias still. And the flag is up for offside against Parias, who'd just gone a little bit too early perhaps. There you see the offside call as we hear the half-time whistle. A very entertaining first 45 minutes at Coopers Stadium, where the visitors and their famous name, the youngster Kane Vidmar, in front of the Vidmar stand here in Adelaide, got his first A-League goal for the visitors, and then it was his partner at the back, Dylan Leonard, with an unfortunate own goal 23 minutes later that see us all square at the break. Adelaide United 1, Western United 1.
out of the football Remembrance Plus, the only place to see every Adelaide combat midfielders and Subway Socceroos game live. Stream every game, every goal, and every goal live on Paramount Plus. Ready to live large in your own side, home ground, help free fingers, give goals on or off the field. Liberty is giving you the chance to score $120,000 tiny house by hand. Scan the QR code, take a guess, and it's 6-digit number plate for months, T's and C's apply.
This year's Alex Tobin Medal is brought to you by Isuzu UTE. The winner of the prestigious award will win their choice of a brand new top-of-the-range Isuzu D-Max or 7-seat MUX. Plus, the Isuzu UTE Alex Tobin medalist will nominate a junior football club to win $10,000. Make sure you're watching this season's grand final when the winning player and club will be revealed.
Welcome back to the always picturesque Cooper Stadium in Adelaide. It's been pretty interesting first half, Bruce UTE. One man who's caught the eye, Stefan Mork. You want to see him get on the ball a little bit more. He had a very good chance right at the end of that first half.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously there's a lot of focus on Piraeus and Clough on that right-hand side. We spoke about Mork pre-game, you know, the third man runs he makes, but because he's so free, there's a lot of focus on Piraeus and Clough on the right-hand side. If they can get Mork out, and when they've been able to launch these counter-attacks, and here's his chance. You just need that little bit of composure, don't you? That little bit of composure. It's a 45th minute. Adelaide United go in half-time, 2-1 up.
Adelaide could have had a lot more goals in that first half. Could have been 2-1. We'll see if that comes back to bite them. Second half, not too far away with Robbie Thompson and Andy Harper.
Thank you so much to the AEF for your contributions and well played today. To the winners. Can you please welcome back out to the Western United? You can make it with Ninja barbecues are better with electric grills that sear and sharp like gas grill. Plus you can also barbecue smoking air fry outdoors. Backyard bashes are better with pizza ovens and give you crispy crust, i.e. roasting barbecue smoking. No matter how you spend your time outdoors, but indoors and outdoors with Ninja. Please welcome back out to the shore. Adelaide United. The Isuzu D-Max is where you can go open every time. No matter where you take it, go your own way.
Welcome back to Cooper's Stadium. We're just about set for the second half of this round 4 Isuzu UTE A-League clash between Adelaide United and Western United. And after a slow start, Adelaide stormed back into the contest. They had a little bit of luck with the equalising goal, an own goal from the 17-year-old Dylan Leonard. And having lost their way a little bit in that first half after opening the scoring through Kane Vidmar, Western United have made one change at the break with Oliru Trainon, Abel Wallati coming in to the contest. It looks as though it's Matt Grimaldi who may have made way. Pasquale and Thurgate are there. Tanzaki's on the left side of midfield. And the second half is underway. Adelaide, who finished that first half with a wet sail, had a number of chances through profligate finishing and a good save from Matt Sutton. We are still on level terms, but Andy Harper, perhaps John Aloisi sensing the danger, making the change.
Yeah, I think just a little bit of a spark was required to reassert themselves. Grimaldi's had to make way. Chance now for Wallati to make his impression. They certainly did enough in that first half, Western, to believe that they can get something out of the game.
As Russell's caught in possession by Ayubi. Intercepted by Vidmar. It was a poor ball in the end from Austin Ayubi.
Yeah, just need to be a little bit more ruthless. Maybe it came a little too early in the second half. Ayubi not got his game legs going again. But it was a cheap turnover from Western United, and Ayubi was away.
The Dutchman, Bart Vriends, finally available. 33 years of age. At the back for Adelaide United. He was the big signing, the Dutch influence at Adelaide. Who of course signed that youth development deal with PSV Eindhoven, a big club. Vriends arrived from Sparta Rotterdam. And here is their former Adelaide Red, Hiroshi Ibasuki. With Russell, Wallati. Another of those players called up to that Oliru training squad then. Abel Wallity, along with Vidmar, Shamoun, Grimaldi, and Rhys Bozanovsky, who's also on the bench. Kikianis forward to Jovanovic. Oh, he's done well, Ayubi running onto it, and Dylan Lennon had to commit to that challenge and did so well. Adelaide, who have won 5 of their last 7 against Western United, and have scored 3 goals at least in their last 3 meetings. 3-1 win, 4-1 win, followed by a 3-3 draw last time. Wallity trying to take everyone on there. It was a crowded part of the pitch. Vidmar, pressure from Jovanovic. Thurgate settles things with Russell. It's a pinpoint ball forward for Botic. Just not into the feet of Ibusuki. He offers you a lot, Ibusuki, but chasing, accelerating over 3 or 4 metres is not necessarily one of them.
It's not his strong point. Nevertheless, having brought the ball down with great expertise, Noah Botic with his chest, he didn't need to get the pass from.
Delianov with Kikianis forward. Evades Mork. Thurgate can touch and face forward. Danzaki back with Thurgate. It's just overhit as he tried to thread it through towards Charbel Shamoun. Very involved tonight, Angus Thurgate. Perhaps that's his first error of the evening. He's been really good. Looks to be enjoying the captaincy. Ayubi taking on Russell. Ayubi going past in the ball, looking for Clough. That was better from Austin Ayubi. It's kept in play by Piraeus. His ball, back post. Jovanovic was winding up. It'll be an Adelaide throw.
The great burst from Austin Ayubi. He do it with Tate Russell quite easily in the end. Teasing ball across the face of the goal.
It was a good ball into the feet of Clough, who just couldn't control. Now Thurgate helps it for Danzaki. You can see the idea, but not the execution. Well, aside from Dylan Leonard, Angus Thurgate's the player to have had the most touches for Western United. Here's Jovanovic, numbers forward again, Jovanovic. Oh, he's taken too long. Clough with Alagic. Kitto. Ayubi now. It's got Kitto to his left, or rather Alagic. Kikianis.
Well, more frustration for Adelaide. They certainly started the sharper in the second half, finished the first half with 3 great chances to get a second goal, and they've had a couple of promising situations here. That last one, Jovanovic, he needed to get his head up. I mean, you're all for a striker who's fixated on scoring, but good players are also aware. And there was players available in space on the edge of the area that Jovanovic might have used.
There are Adelaide's next games starting in 2 weeks' time after the international break, with Unite Round against Brisbane Roar at Allianz Stadium in Sydney. All 6 A-League men's matches being played at Allianz. The 6 A-League women's matches at Leichhardt Oval. No free kick given for Ibusuki, can't believe it. Ayubi's cross, and the header behind by Vidmar, and all the Western United players now asking the question.
Well, of course. I mean, the ref, what has he not seen there, the referee?
All I can think of is perhaps that he thought the ball was already lost. But you're still not allowed to drag a player down by the shirt.
Since when?
There are Hiroshi Ibasuki, who is a very mild-mannered man, came to ask, and now the referee wants to have a word with Ibasuki and his captain, Thurgate.
Well, I think most people watching, maybe the most hardened Adelaide fan, would empathise with the Western player. That was a clear foul, clear as day.
And it comes in. That's an excellent defensive header, and Jay Barnett, with the chance to follow up, couldn't do so.
A very tidy player, Jay Barnett, but this was anything but. It's a great sided goal too. Controls. Can't hit the target. Technique evaded him at the crucial moment.
And Daniel Elder saying no more time wasting, if that's what it was. Next one will be a yellow card as Leonard plays it with Sutton. As they play their way out from the back, Vidmar decides to go long. Ibasuki. Jay Barnett still doesn't have an A-League goal to his name. Delianov under pressure from Botic, managed to clear it long, but only as far as Shamoon. Thurgate with Danzaki. Shamoon again. He's run it out of play under pressure from Piraeus. Next up for Western United, they have Perth Glory in Unite round, and a Melbourne derby against Victory at home, which they've announced will be played at Amy Park. And then after that it's MacArthur at home as well, but back at Ironbark Fields. Thurgate looking wide for Russell. Pasquale nods back in. It's a good header from Alagic. Now Thurgate, back post. Ibasuki, ooh, arriving. He's been caught there by Delianov. That looked like a big punch to the jaw, if you like, and Delianov comes to check on his former teammate as well.
Heavy contact. Oof. Delianov completely committed for the ball, which he gets, and takes a fair slice of Ibasuki as well.
Well, he's already got the tape over a cut of that left eye from a couple of weeks ago, Hiroshi Ibasuki, and he's caught another here.
And then we've got a coming together of Ibasuki with friends as well. We touted that in the first half, didn't get many opportunities for the two to challenge each other, and Delianov decided he'd join in the party. Very, very heavy contact.
And they're checking with the concussion rule as well. As though Ibasuki was saying it was right on the nose, but you can see there might be a bit of blood on that left side of the mouth. Let's head down to the sidelines with Lucas Ronaldo again. How did you see that one, Lucas?
Yeah, Hiroshi, like you say, he's still been struggling with, had that tape on his eye from a couple of weeks ago. He had a few head knocks in his time at Adelaide as well, so hopefully he's going to be okay. If not, we might have to see the concussion substitute enforced here. He looks pretty dazed, but is just getting to his feet now. Before that as well, Western United weren't too happy with the decision that that shirt pull on halfway. Furious that could have resulted in a goal, but good to see that it looks like Hiroshi Ibasuki is going to be okay.
Thank you, Lucas, and a nice round of applause. You can see a little bit of blood just there on the corner of the mouth, but a nice round of applause from the fans at Cooper's. That looks exactly where the contact was. It looks like the glove has just abrased the skin as well as giving him a fat lip. Really fierce contact. Now, if Hiroshi Ibasuki is unable to continue and the concussion substitution is brought in by the away side, which doesn't look like it's going to be the case because Hiroshi wants to get back on the pitch as quickly as possible. It would be, or would mean, that there was a 6th substitution available, not only for Western United but also for Adelaide in this match. But that is all in the what-ifs, because Ibasuki's back on and Adelaide are back on the front foot. Ayubi's cross back post is brilliant. Clough's header. Well, he just tried to control it and cushion it back across the face of goal.
Dangerous ball to the back post. He's made good ground there. That's a failure of execution, ultimately, from Zach Clough, having made the ground. He's looked dangerous tonight. He's picked up the ball in some very tidy space. A couple of really telling opportunities late in the first half. Couldn't make the most from inside the box of a shot on goal.
Freens with the header. Thurgate wins it back, but nobody close enough to help him out. Alagic does well under pressure from Wallity. All over the top, forces Leonard and Vidmar to face back at their own goal. It's hooked away to safety by the 17-year-old. Kikianis with Freens. Good challenge by Shamoon, who releases Danzaki quickly. And they've got numbers forward here this time, Western United. Danzaki taking on Barnett's done well. Wallity is there. Oh, is that a penalty? Kito with the challenge. Has been given as a corner. Well, Wallity is claiming there was contact.
Well, it's a tackle from behind. Now, whether he gets all ball, it's a penalty. It's got to be a penalty,
yeah.
Surely. The referee will be asked to look at this, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he hasn't given him any chance of playing the ball there.
It's a penalty. There's not even any contact with the ball from the two of those angles that we've seen. Any rate.
Well, Wallity is over near the corner flag in case this corner happens, but well, corner.
Well, someone's seen something that I didn't.
Well, that did look like a penalty. Now the opportunity. Oh, what a save from Delianov! And now Thurgate following up. Kane Vidmar this time puts it wide. Well, some might say that justice was almost served in the end. Western United, rather, still feeling a little hard done by.
Great save from Delianov. Would have been interesting to see if Danzaki was onside at this point. Didn't know much about it, I don't reckon, the Adelaide custodian. And the scrambling was good enough for Adelaide.
Well, they got numbers back, numbers behind the ball. And now can they make it pay at the other end? Jovanovic for Ayubi against Russell. Ayubi, well defended by Tate Russell. Wallity, that's a great turn. Abel Wallity gets it out the side. Danzaki, first time ball. Looking for Ibasuki. Intercepted by Kikianis. The intensity just goes up another little notch or two as we pass the hour mark. It's been an entertaining start to round 4. We had victors earlier today against Brisbane by 2-0. Yesterday evening at Combank in the opening match of the round, the Western Sydney Wanderers 4-1 winners. their match against the Newcastle Jets. 3 matches tomorrow before the international break, where the Socceroos are in action in Melbourne against Saudi Arabia. You can catch that on Network 10 and Paramount Plus, and then it's off to Bahrain. 2 huge qualifying matches for Tony Popovic's Socceroos. Then it's the Unite round, and then the Matildas are in action on Paramount Plus as well. Oh, as Botic looking to put Delianov under pressure. And the A-League Women's continues next weekend as well. No international break for the women. So the mountain of football is ever present. Oh, Russell's header is poor. Ayubi into the box, and Russell recovers.
Needed to. There was a pretty red-faced situation awaiting Tate Russell. Recovered with aplomb.
Now Zach Clough. Ball back post. Oh, the header is not a bad one, but Kane Vidmar reacts quickest. Launches the ball long, where James Delianov is being the sweeper keeper. Now Alagic over the top for Kitto. Kitto's cross. Taken a touch off Jovanovic. It has. Western United again asking, perhaps thinking there was a free kick in there. Triple change coming for Adelaide United. Stefan Mork makes way for Johnny Yull. Luka Jovanovic makes way for Archie Goodwin as well, so no goals for Luka Jovanovic this evening to add to his tally of 2. Ben Falami comes on as well to replace Austin Ayubi, who was very lively down the left-hand side this evening for Adelaide. '65th minute, Carl Viet heading to the bench for the first time. Johnny Yull. Kitto all the way back. Falami still, and he's won a corner, so his first contribution may yet prove to be dangerous, while Ben Garuccio is back from that groin strain that kept him sidelined. He missed the start of the season, right on the eve of the season, but he's back now and about to come on with Ollie Laval, the young striker. Ibasuki wins the defensive header. Barnett with Parias. Dinks it back in. The header from Vidmar. Wallity gets there quickly. There's the lines, but there's no one forward for Western. Yull with Falami. Looking for Clough. And Vidmar with the clearing header. Foul on Shamoon. Dylan Leonard forward. West United was... Koreans almost turned himself into trouble there. They have turned over the ball. Pasquale. Kikianis diffuses a potentially volatile situation. with Yull. Alagic. Now Parias using that pace, gets the better of Shamoon. 3 in the middle to aim for. Parias drives it in. It's well defended by Dylan Leonard. Corner to follow. Adelaide, midway through the second half. They've survived that penalty scare. And are they now looking to land a knockout blow at the other end? Alagic takes it short. Danzaki read that situation. Now he's claiming he was fouled by Zach Clough. Again, the referee saw nothing untoward there.
Well, that corner routine from Adelaide sort of symptomatic of the last few minutes. There's the free kick now awarded. Just the game's got a little bogged down in the last few minutes. Clear foul. Clough arrived a little bit late. Nothing malicious, even if it was a little uncomfortable for Ricky Danzaki.
So the double change coming. Noah Botic's first start of the season was not fruitful in terms of goals. Certainly worked hard, but it wasn't an easy evening for him. Garuccio comes on, and Charbel Shamoon, the other player, making way. So Garuccio will head to left back, and Angus Thurgate gives him the captain's armband. Now let's take this opportunity to head back down to the sideline and see what our two benches made of that penalty shout.
Yeah, look, the bench hasn't been very happy. John Aloisi is still fuming about that decision. Bruce Chite, it's hard to argue, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, there's penalties and then there's stone-cold penalties. That looked like a stone-cold penalty to me, and to be honest, the Western United players just have gotten on with it, really, and they'd be feeling like they're getting the short end of the stick at the moment because there's a few fouls that really aren't being blown. Fair to say the Western United bench is up in arms.
Well, there was obviously the Iwasuki shirt tug in the middle of the pitch as well, which looked like it was. That Danzaki one almost went unblown as well.
But on the matter of that penalty, if someone can show you the contact that you've missed, you're all for it. But I'm just watching that again, I can't see any contact on the ball from the Adelaide defender. It's all player. Unless there's a guy on the grassy knoll.
We've had enough American conspiracy theories, Mr. Harper, to last us a long, long time over the last few weeks. Here we go. Adelaide back on the front foot. Falami running at Russell. Falami, it's a clever little touch. Square ball, back post! And Adelaide do make it pay. And it's Zach Clough with his first goal of the season, who drives the ball home under Matt Sutton. And with 20 minutes left to play, Adelaide lead 2-1.
Well, good start to the season from Zach Clough. He's been building tonight as well on the Harvey Norman replay. Then Falami is onside, rounds the pass up, squares the defender, and then continues the possession and the progression of the ball. And Johnny Yull off the bench, the two substitutes combining inside the Western penalty area to put it on a plate for Zach Clough. And Clough doesn't miss.
Now just checking to see if Falami was offside. All confirmed, goal stands. we are back underway. Western United now chasing the game after starting the season with 2 1-1 draws. Monday night they lost 1-0 at Amy at home to Melbourne City, and now they are chasing the game again. In their first 2 games they managed to come from behind to equalise, something they couldn't do against Melbourne City. Can they do it here? Free kick given this time for Wallity.
He's been quite sharp, very light on his feet on this occasion. Nice turn inside. Ethan Alagic just overcompensating, bringing the player down. Free kick awarded. Imagine it's Thurgate who'll be doing the delivery. Let's see. Ibasuki will be the main target.
Wallity is there as well. He steps over. Thurgate delivers towards Ibasuki. The first header, the second from Kitto. Kane Vidmar was there again, and it's Kitto that launches the ball clear. Another change coming for Western United. Rhys Bozanovski replacing Sebastian Pasquale. Those two exchanging that role in the middle of the park, whether it be off the bench or in the starting 11 so far this season. It's the 4th change now made by Western United. Danzaki, he's done well skipping beyond challenges. Danzaki still. He was fouled as Bozanovski looked to take over. They'll take the free kick from a good area, and it's been a bright start to the season from Riku Danzaki.
Yeah, it's looking more like his old self, or certainly 1.0 Danzaki at Brisbane. Might have just released this a little earlier. That extra touch Ibuzuki was in, nevertheless draws the foul. Beautiful pass out of midfield to find Danzaki from Thurgate. Been in good nick again, Angus Thurgate this evening. But great signs for Western fans to see Danzaki with the bit between his teeth. Garuccio looks like he fancies this one.
Thurgate is standing it over this one as well. Daniel Elder will have to get the wall back the requisite 10. But, looks just about perhaps 10. A little bit short. Not easy to get the ball up and down over there. It will be Garuccio. It's deflected and wide. Appeals for a hand from, or is it just for the corner?
Well, I know we're living in a period of problematic inflation, but this wall is not 10 metres. And even so, he went close. Garuccio, Adelaide boy, returning. See if he can do some damage.
Down there in front of the colourful supporters for Adelaide, enjoying their evening down there, and they've been enjoying a fair bit of banter with the travelling supporters as well.
Ah, they look fantastic. Is it a particular occasion?
There are the Western United fans, the service crew who have made the trip to Adelaide. Jay Barnett makes way, substitution number 4 for Adelaide, and it's the veteran Isaias who comes on. He's been playing in the centre of defence so far this season. He comes back into a more familiar midfield role. The multiple-time Adelaide Player of the Year. Joe Marston, medalist as well from that grand final victory in 2016. He is the famous Senor. Clough with Isaias. Oh, immediate impact, releasing Parias, the cross in.
Well, that's extraordinarily well done from Kane Vidmar. Beautiful pass, assist. And then Parias hits it first time with real menace. What about this for a pass? Just gorgeous. That's so good from Kane Vidmar. What about the rebound onto Leonard, who was the
It was
deliverer
worried
of the own
history
goal?
was repeating itself for a moment.
Lightning and a strike twice.
Alagic, good ball in. Sutton, strong, confident claim. Oh, but his release only gives it straight to Isaias. Wallity somehow manages to ride that challenge. Oh, that's good quick feet from Wallity. Gets back onto his feet again. No foul for referee Daniel Elder, officiating his 100th A-League match this evening. Space for Bozanovski. Forces Garuccio back outside after he'd narrowed his run. Now Thurgate, he's been everywhere today. Thurgate, cross, back post, beyond Ibasuki. Tate Russell has it. Adelaide, with their noses in front, are they committing the cardinal sin of now sitting back to try and defend their lead? Western United looking to take advantage.
Well, the door's ajar. They've settled nicely. Western. The subs from John Aloisi, I think, have really added a little bit of spark here and there.
Danzaki again. Danzaki still. Well, he had Russell outside him.
Maybe Ben Falami had tracked the run enough. It's good to see Ricky Danzaki in this sort of mood. Couldn't test Delianov seriously. Shot straight at the keeper.
That's 2 goals last year for Western United against MacArthur and Perth. And now Falami, nice first touch to control the pass from Yull. No way through though. Too much traffic. Now Alagic. Deflected! It was looping dangerously towards that top corner.
Well, he hit a beauty away to Western Sydney Wanderers last week, which started the goal scoring. Forced the save last week. The deflection meant that Sutton didn't have to save this one, but there was a brief moment when he thought he might have been caught.
In it comes from Alagic again. Header at the back post. That looked like another great save from Sutton to deny Bart Freens a goal on debut.
It was excellent, and I think he was saying he was interfered with on the way over.
I think it was Johnny Yull doing the marking job on him.
Having had to wait till now, get himself strong and ready. Bart Freens is finishing 80 minutes. He's looking really strong, which is a great sight for Adelaide fans.
Laval through the back of Kikianis. Well, when we saw the ladder after Western United's opener, they'd leapfrogged Adelaide and into the 6. Now it's Adelaide who are provisionally 3rd as it stands, with under 9 minutes left to play in regulation time. But you do get the feeling there are a couple more twists in the tail of this one still to come. Yull, nice little 1-2 with Clough. Johnny Yull with Falami. Spotted the open air. Found it. Clough now. That was a difficult pass. Laval can't control. The Reds have it back again with Yull. Well, the run from Archie Goodwin caught the eye. Now Garuccio, named captain this season after Josh Risdon returned to Perth. Western United will still look towards that moment where they felt they should have had a penalty just after the hour mark. It was Sutton. Came to clear long. Laval did just enough. The pressure on Isaias to help Western United win it back. Thurgate. Well played, Parias. Clough, coolly done. With Bart Friends again. Kikianis. Well, it wasn't a gift for Isaias, but he dealt with it pretty well. Calvert not happy with Ethan Allegich in the middle of the park. Now Clough releasing Archie Goodwin, streaks away. Goodwin against Vidmar. Archie Goodwin still. Took another deflection, I think, over the crossbar.
Broke the line nicely, Goodwin. And angled in to shoot for that far corner. Defender providing enough resistance. Nice work from Kane Vidmar again. Really good one-on-one defending from Vidmar.
Corner number 8 for Adelaide. To the back post this time, beyond everyone. Taken quickly. Western United with just 2 corners to their name so far. Laval back with Garuccio. Leonard for Vidmar. Thurgate with Vidmar again. Driven forward, it wasn't the ideal pass, but they've got it back again through Bozanovsky. Dylan Leonard with his captain, Garuccio. Danzaki wasn't expecting it. Garuccio strong into the challenge. Danzaki releases him. He looks up and crosses. Back post. Quality will get there. Laval and Ibasuki in the middle. Now Russell. Tate Russell's ball, back post. Too far beyond Danzaki. Garuccio. Again, Thurgate making the runs for Danzaki. It's well played. He chips it back post. Oh, he's caught in 2 minds there, I think, Riku Danzaki. There is the Paramount Plus player index. And Kane Vidmar steps out of the contest with his nose just in front at the top over Zach Clough. Can't be alphabetical order. 27.2 apiece for those two, and it's James York who comes on for his first appearance of the season after making his debut against the Western Sydney Wanderers in Tasmania last year. And another youngster in Ryan White, the 20-year-old, made his debut this year in the Cup, comes on to replace Clough. So that's all 5 substitutions made now for both sides. Archie Goodwin. York wants it. Sutton decides to go long towards Laval, beaten in the air by Vreens. Danzaki, fantastic leap to get over Parias. Now Garuccio. with Thurgate. His return pass is under here. Isaias is there. Johnny Yull with Parias. Archie Goodwin's in the middle. It's beyond him. Then Falami gives chase. Won't get there. York back with Sutton. They need the ball up the other end of the pitch. Do Western United. Laval able to turn. With Garuccio. Oh, just taking a moment too long, but Danzaki has it back. Danzaki still. Just couldn't find the angle. Leonard with York. Wality has done well with Russell. Finding the pass. Russell looks towards the three in the middle. They do have numbers forward. They have to be careful not to get caught out on the counter-attack, but I guess when you're trailing by a goal, you don't have much to lose. In it comes, and again, they just haven't been able to find Ibusuki in the air this evening.
Just the delivery, not good enough, repeatedly. They're doing so well otherwise. Western sticking in the game. A huge disappointment of not being given that penalty. But they feel, in my opinion, quite justifiably as though it was theirs. But just the quality into Ibusuki has been lacking. Adelaide, for their part, looking, certainly across the back, looking stronger and stronger. I mean, Greens has been, come with us super CV. He's a highly credentialed player, but there were question marks, obviously, about his physical readiness. It's taken him till now to get on the field. 90 minutes, he's looked really strong and gotten stronger as the game's gone on.
The appetite grows with eating. Archie Goodwin's going down in the back play. He's off the field of play. Taking that knock, referees. Let's have a look here with York. A bit of a swinging arm, perhaps. Out of the back, both players holding on. Maybe a finger in the eye as much as anything else. Leonard with Bozanovsky, touch for York. Really shut faith with the youngsters. Two centre-backs, each with 3 A-League appearances to their name to finish this one. Laval, it's a good turn. Danzaki looking for Ibusuki. And Adelaide can try and hurt Western United now on the counter-attack. 4 forward for the Reds. And it was underhit by Ryan White.
Well, good opportunities for both teams. Poor pass selection and execution. With the chances undone. It's a lovely pass from Laval to Danzaki. From a Western viewpoint, when that attack broke down, money that Adelaide were going to have a fabulous chance to tie this one up.
Parias. The first time ball for Yull. Archie Goodwin. Good save. Matt Sutton getting down very well to his right to keep out Archie Goodwin. It's gone behind. It'll be a corner, which Adelaide won't really be in any rush to take.
He's had a great game tonight, Sutton. That's a really good save. With a brief moment here as Johnny Yull finds Archie Goodwin, who touches and shoots. First time ball. Just to his right, or left, our right as we watch on the screen. And that replay.
Alagic again to deliver. He's been heading back post. Does so again. Kikianis brings it down. He's taken another deflection. So it's going to be another corner. Adelaide soaking up the seconds. Under 3 minutes left now. There's still plenty of time. Time for Western United as well. 3 matches tomorrow, and then Unite round in 2 weeks' time. All 12 A-League matches, men and women, in Sydney. The Friday, Saturday and Sunday. You can see Hiroshi Ibasuki with the scars of battle. Yull's ball in, somehow cleared at the back post. It was allowed to go an awfully long way. Falami for Yull. Again, Johnny Yull involved in everything. Goodwin trying to hook it back in. Laval is down holding his foot, keeping everyone on side there momentarily. Now Freens with the big up and under.
Well, Thurgate again. He's been everywhere. And Western certainly needed him then, and that would have settled it as it is. And as hard as it's going to be for Western, at the moment they're still in the game.
Thurgate with the free kick. John Aloisi's frustrations just coming to the surface there. Johnny Yull fouled by Thurgate, who has been absolutely everywhere today for Western United. Falami down in the corner. Here's Kitto back for Falami. We're inside the final 60 seconds. Alagic back out. That's a good ball, looking for Ryan White. Claimed by Sutton. Is there time for Western United? 30 seconds left in the 5 minutes of stoppages. Garuccio can't find a forward pass. Now York gets it back from Bozanovsky, and Western United now go long. Wality, that's great control. Fouled by Kikianis and Isaias. Here it is, the last chance saloon. The 5 minutes of stoppage time have expired. Angus Thurgate standing over the free kick. This will be the last opportunity. They have struggled to find Ibasuki. The aerial threat all evening. Can they do it now? At the last time of asking. Thurgate's ball is poor. It's cleared by Kitto. Referee looks to the watch. It's launched long one more time. Foul by Ibasuki. Full-time whistle. It's a winning start for Bart Freens in an Adelaide United shirt. Disappointment for Hiroshi Ibasuki on his return to Coopers Stadium. But it's Adelaide that are all smiles. Adelaide provisionally up to third on the table. They make it back-to-back wins. Carl Veert, a happy coach as he heads across to see the Western United bench. John Aloisi wants words with Daniel Elder about, without any doubt, that penalty appeal in the 63rd minute, which will remain for Western United a bitter pill to swallow in this one. It was decided by narrow margins, as they often are. This evening, Western will feel they didn't go their way, but it's Adelaide United with the home victory, courtesy of an own goal in the 33rd minute and Zach Clough's winner in the 71st after a famous Adelaide name, Kane Vidmar, had given Western United an early lead. It's finished here, the Reds 2, Western United 1.
Yeah, it was brilliant. We had to grind it out tonight. Western United, a well-organised team. They pressed really well. And yeah, it was a tough game, so 3 points is all that matters tonight. And yeah, we move on to the game after the international break in Sydney. I think we was playing through the middle too much, and Western United's block and the pressing out of their block was stopping us playing where we want to play. So he told us to play